Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for connecting back to Source with me, the Health Analytic. I analyze things. So I'd like to share a few things with you guys today about focus and fear. But before we get into that, I'd like to share 3 benefits of a calm mind. So first, we got quick solutions to a crisis or during a crisis. And this could be a number of things. Crisis to some people could be, not being 100% sure if they're going to pass their test or if they're ready for it or whatever the case may be. Some people, it might be somebody breaking in their house in the middle of the night or something. I mean, it happens, but I mean, to some people, it's never happened to them, and they've probably been alive for, 20, 30, 40 years, and they're still, oh man, I don't know if somebody's gonna break in the house, and they're freaking out about these things. So we got quick solutions during a crisis, clear path to reaching goals, and this could look like if your mind is occupied, if you're constantly comparing yourself to other people and you got a lot of stuff going on in here, you can't really have much of a sense of direction when you're constantly, it's like if you're driving and then you're texting at the same time, or you're driving and instead of looking at the signs on the road, you got a little TV on next to your rearview mirror. You're watching a movie, and now you're missing all these signs that are there. And in the same way, having a calm mind is like removing the TV, not texting while you're driving, etc. And then it makes it a lot easier to have a clear path for the goals you want to reach. It's easier to see the direction in which you want to go in, or you need to go in. And then number 3, the third benefit of having a calm mind is it's easy to maintain your happiness. And I don't know about you guys, but when I have a lot going on in my mind and my mind just isn't clear, my happiness isn't clear. It's like happiness is like blue skies and the sun's out, maybe a few clouds. But when your mind is foggy, it's like there's a bunch of dark clouds and lightning and rain and all kinds of stuff is going on. And, you can't really be happy when you got a lot of stuff going on in your head. Whether the situation's bad or not, when your head is full of all kinds of, when it's cloudy in your head, it's very difficult to maintain your happiness. So, 2 things I'd like to share with you guys on maintaining a calm mind, and even getting a calm mind for anybody that's having a difficulty getting to that part. The first I'd like to go over is to put your focus past your problems. And putting your focus past your problems, when you're focusing so much on your problems and this is definitely me, I haven't been uploading videos like I was hoping to do every day. It was a few days I missed, but and I was focusing a lot on my problems, and my problems weren't even all that big. They were mostly like I learn a lot of things every single day, and I love learning. But the one problem about learning for me is I learned a lot of things that to me are extremely valuable, and they're just amazing things. And I like to just kind of dive in to everything that I find to be very, very, very useful and interesting to me. And some of the things I've been learning have been very, very difficult for me to understand. And it's just been it's been clouding my mind. But a solution. Putting your focus past your problems. You don't want to focus on your problems. And for me, I was focusing a lot on my problems. But just take a moment to think back. on all of the problems that you faced in the past, and think how you made it through those problems. And think today why you don't feel the pain that you felt then when you were faced with those problems. And the reason you don't feel that pain now is because right now you're not focused on your past problems. But when you focus very, very, very deeply on those past problems, you're just sitting in a dark room all by yourself, and you know, you're not really trying to clear your mind, you're not trying to focus on positive things, and you just keep, you know, just bringing yourself back to the past and thinking, oh, I could have this, I could have that, you know, and all these other things, then that's when you start to feel the pain again. But right now, since your mind isn't so focused on those past problems, they're not a problem for you anymore. But right now you're not feeling all the pain that your heart had to suffer when it was beating down at that wall, that problem. And problems can be a lot like walls. And I got a little picture for you guys right here. I like to provide visuals. Right here, here we go. Page is a little, I write a lot. But you got your problem right there, that's the wall, and you got you right here, you're like a little warrior. And then you got rain and dark clouds and a bunch of rocks. It's not comfortable at all. And everything in this area is designed to distract you, to instill fear into you, to get you to focus on the wall and not what's beyond it. So when you're faced with a new problem, you want to focus beyond that problem. You want to focus on your goals and your dreams that are past that wall. The more you focus, your focus is your energy. Your focus is your energy. When whatever you decide to focus your attention on, that is exactly what you're giving your energy to. And when you focus on your dreams and your goals, you give more energy to that. And in turn, it ends up coming back to you. But when you give your focus and your energy to the wall, then the wall just starts to look bigger and bigger and bigger. And then, you know, it starts to look more impossible for you to get past your problems and to your solutions. So here goes the solution here. For everybody that's, you know, interested in learning on how to increase your sense of focus, so that way it'd be easier to break down your problems much quicker, and it'd be easier to and your problems won't look as big, and eventually over time the problems won't even appear to be problems. It'd just be like stairs. You just kind of step up instead of something you have to figure out how to break down or climb up. But for that, just meditate on the things that's past that wall, that's past that problem. If it's a test or something and you don't feel as prepared, you know, it'd definitely help if you're focused on thinking like, man, I could actually pass this test. It's like the whole, you know, looking at your cup half empty and half full type of thing. But and then this brings me to the next thing I'd like to share with you guys. To eliminate fear, simply prepare. So the first was on focus and putting your focus past your problems. And whether you prepared or not, if you're focusing on the positive, your chances of going through your problems is going to increase dramatically. But another very important thing of attaining a calm mind, so that way you do get those benefits of the calm mind, is to prepare. And then again, you can think about everything that you fear now, and fear, it'll stop you from following your purpose. It'll stop you from figuring out your purpose. It'll make you feel lost and confused. And another very, very key and important thing, fear is a choice. Fear is a choice. You can either choose to not prepare yourself for, you have all these things that you think about all throughout the day. And at first they start off as little tiny things that you're just kind of you know, unsure about, or it looks like it could be something bad, but it's not so bad right now. And right there, you wanna think about how you can prepare yourself to prevent that from getting any bigger. And if it ever did manifest into reality, you'd be ready for it. And when you're ready for things, your sense of fear is just not there. Like, if you're afraid of your house burning down, you prepare yourself by turning off the fires. You make sure all the fire is off of the stove before you go to sleep. But, you know, if you're not preparing yourself for, you know, little basic things like that, then you have a reason to be afraid now. But since you know you have the option to prepare for the things that you fear, prepare for the things that you fear. Kind of rhymes. But since you know you have that option to prepare, that gives you the option to choose between fear and preparation. So fear, it doesn't have to exist in your life at all. And then you could be thinking, oh, well, what about people that rob other people's houses and break in and do all kinds of things like that? I've been alive for, I don't like to think about my age. I'm 24, but in all the 24 years I've been alive, I have never had anybody break into my house. And sometimes I have to admit, it's something that I just randomly fear every now and then. And I know a lot of people have that same fear. But one thing to realize that's very important is when you don't, if you can, okay, and then, you know, the best you can do to prepare for things like that, lock your doors before you go to sleep. Close your windows if you're that afraid. But even still, people can still break into your house. And other situations that you can't prepare for, other situations you can't prepare for, you can still prepare for them mentally if you can't prepare for them physically. Like a surprise attack, you can't really prepare for a surprise attack all the time, but mentally you can be prepared for those things. And one way you can prepare for a surprise attack mentally, whether the surprise attack be physical or mental, is simply by putting up your guard and meditating, clearing your mind. So I wrote here, then meditate often to train your mind to remain calm in situations you can't prepare for. So when you meditate, just don't even think about things, because all day you're thinking about things. All day, you know, you're worrying about things, or you're constantly creating new situations that, like me, I think a lot. I am a very critical thinker. I mean, come on, I'm analytic. I analyze things. I love to think. But the problem that comes with thinking a lot and overthinking is now you have all these different, it's like having a bunch of different, if you're a mechanic and you have all these cars and it's like, oh, I love cars, and you just got like 50 cars. Now you have 50 cars you have to work on, you know, or you think at least you have to work on them, because now that they're just there, it's like, oh, what do I do now? What do I do now? And, you know, so when you're meditating, you don't want to focus on anything. You just want to focus on absolutely nothing. You want to focus on having a very clear mind, and doing that, it'll build up your wall, like I drew in this little picture right there. See, that guy, he's all pissed because his arrows aren't getting through anymore. But over here, you know, you're not prepared physically or mentally, and, you know, you're just chilling, having a good time, and now you see these arrows coming out of nowhere, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it but just kind of feel that pain and recover from it later. But over here, you know, the problems come and your mind is still calm. Your wall is built up. If it's a test or anything physical, again, you can prepare for those things, and you can stop the fear from coming in, and it'll retain your calm mind. And for things that you can't prepare for, you can think of this wall as something that's more mental. If somebody breaks into your house, or if somebody runs a red light and you're on the green light, and you have all these things rushing through your head, and you are never used to having a calm mind, you're never used to having a clear mind, and you're always thinking about all these other things, when that person breaks into your home, or when that person runs that red light, it's going to be very difficult for you to kind of shift through all your thoughts to figure out which one's going to be the best solution in the shortest amount of time. And that's why it's just very important to clear your mind, to have a calm mind. And these are some, I believe are some great solutions to attaining that calm mind. So we got put your focus past your problems. To eliminate fear, simply prepare. And then you will have the 3 benefits of a calm mind: quick solutions during a crisis, clear path to reaching goals, and an easily maintained sense of happiness. And again, thank you for joining me, connecting back to source with the health analytic. I analyze things.